And we're live. All right.
Welcome to the show. Please feel free to ask any questions that you. Welcome to the show. Please feel free to. Welcome to the show. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming, and today we're going to be messing around in RPG Maker MZ and the HUD Maker as well, and other plugins and stuff. And we're going to be answering questions and talking, chit-chatting, working on a project, and hopefully having a good time. Robot voice. Yeah, that's because I had this little machine on.
Welcome to the show. Please feel free. Welcome to the show. Please feel free. Welcome to the show. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have.
Robot voice. What's up, Pugs? Skepsis D's here, early bird crew. Live game dev hype. I can smell you. Need to bring my dog out. Okay, all right. Started a minute early, but it's 2 o'clock. Hey, let's get started. Can you sing Daft Punk? I mean, probably not. I mean, I could do a shitty rendition of it. Yeah, sure.
Welcome to the show. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have.
I can like record anything and then like make it a sample on a MIDI keyboard and then play around on the MIDI keyboard. Like,
welcome.
Let's see. Give me something to say and I'll record it and make it into a sick Daft Punk remix. Just kidding. It won't be that good. It'll be pretty shitty, actually. Anyway. Make sure to update your plugins. Digistella's always updating their plugins, and you want to grab those off itch and refresh them and whatnot. I think yesterday we ended off the stream testing out a new action sequence, and I made the lead character a warrior. We actually add the N as well, so you can go back and rest. I don't know if I made the rest button. I just have to do the art for it and stuff. I want to look inside the HUD Maker and change some things and see, instead of having to go into Sprite or Photoshop or GIMP and make those buttons, resize them, I think I can just use the icon set and pick icons from the icon set. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, let me see backflip attack again. Boom! Oh, get wrecked. That's our backflip attack, boy. What's up, Cringy VR? Iral Hawk. Pug Dungeon, Skepsis D. Yami Omoi. Say Soundwave Superior, Autobots Inferior. Okay. Soundwave Superior, Autobots Inferior. And now I can just go ahead.
Soundwave Superior, Autobots Inferior.
And then I can make it like
Soundwave Superior,
sound. I can make it really high too. But
Soundwave Superior, Autobots Inferior. Soundwave Superior, Autobots Inferior. Soundwave Superior, Autobots Inferior. Soundwave Superior, Autobots Inferior. Soundwave Superior, Autobots Inferior.
There you go. Of course, it sounds better if I'm not playing music as well in the background, so you have this double contrasting dissonance. It is fun. It's fun to mess around with every now. It keeps. If I get bored on stream and you hear me doing stuff, it's probably just to keep my attention. It's time to rage. The critical. Let's do this. Let's look at the pacify system. I need to put my character back on the healer mode. All right, Euphrea. Go back to healer mode. We made a custom pacify system. Focus, pacify. And you gotta like click on the buttons, but this goblin doesn't like to be pacified, so it's hard to click him in time, but I got him. Let's try it again. More pacify. You have to get him fully pacified. Like, calm down, Mr. Goblin. We don't have to be enemies. You gotta click it fast enough. They're technically a hard enemy to pacify. There's a little bit of a difficult system in here, and there's like 5 things. There's boss, what do I call it? Sub-boss or some other like sub-boss, I think. And then there's hard, and then there's then there's regular, and then there's easy, and I think very easy as well. Maybe 6. Yeah, 5 to 0, which would be 6 different difficulty levels. And like the very easy ones are like it just spins for like 2.5 seconds or 3 seconds, and you click on them, and 6 books will appear. And if you click on the books, then it adds 2% bonus to the pacified. Otherwise, it has a random amount between 10 and 25, but it's also, gosh, I'm slow. It reduces the difficulty of the enemy will also reduce how much the random goes. So it can roll between 10 and 25, but it has a subtraction. And then there's some math that goes on, because I also have a skill that comes into play, and I haven't put in a way to level up your pacify skill yet. So maybe I'll do that right now. That's a good idea. Let's make it in like a trainer or something that will, like, you go into meditation class or something. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. But then to level it up, you have to spend your rare drop items. Boom. Pacify the encounter, and they die. Because everyone knows, when you get pacified, you die. That's what it means. We go back to town. Did I put in the rest at the end? No. So I have to put in... That is a giant bed. It is a massive, massive bed. In fact, I'm kind of on the fence if I want to let the character walk around at all in this. It seems so weird with this, like, you know, the ratio of the size of the character. And oh, what if I like zoomed in the camera? Would it also mess up the background though? What's the script called to do a camera zoom? I can't remember. They didn't put it in the editor. Did they? They did not. You have to do a script call. I just don't remember what the code is to zoom in the camera. There's probably a camera plugin, I would imagine. If someone hasn't made it yet, I'd be surprised. I haven't found it or like actually been aware or knew that I wanted it yet. So maybe I'll keep an eye out for a camera zoom plugin, and then what I can do is trick it out. So like when you're in the inn or certain maps that don't look right, I just zoom in, and then it, like, if the background stays the same as a parallax, then when I zoom in, only thing that's going to happen is the character is going to get zoomed into, like more pixelated. So I will essentially trick the aspect ratio to make the character look bigger, and then it might look right. But that's just an idea. Bro, what plugins do you use? This is cool. For which, I showed you the plugins. What specifically are you asking about? There's a lot of shit going on here to make this game right now what it is. And it's going to get more wild. It's going to get a little more wacky. I want to make more like mini games and stuff, but not like mini games really, where they're like full games. They're more or less just like clicky stuff. I want to make it to where more things are interactable and clicky and whatnot, you know? If you're asking how I did the pacify system, I did it with the HUD maker and a bunch of pictures and some script calls inside here, and just, you know, a gauge and whatnot. I think what I should do is not copy Vino's bar. He gave me this as an example, and I just like put it in my game, which is not good etiquette. So maybe I look at this and change it just a little bit. So then it's like, well, Vino, it's my own version of it. I'm sure Vino wouldn't care. He wouldn't care that I use it. We were making the rage gauge, and when you attack, you build the rage gauge. I don't know what I really want to do with this, to be honest. Let me add a new component, and we'll add some text, and it'll just say rage gauge text. Display conditions. I guess there's just no condition for it. It'll just be on, I suppose. Oh no, we'll do the same condition. I could put it in a group. Let's add a group. And this will be considered the rage group. Display conditions. A switch. Did I already hide battle HUD? Yeah. So if I'm gonna hide the battle HUD, if hide battle HUD is off, then show it. So when I turn it on, it hides them. Boom. Just like so. Beautiful. Beautiful. And now this can be, I'm gonna just set this at 0, 0 because it helps the math when you add child objects of a group. Come on. Come on now. Come on. It's a little weird. There it is. You got to like right click, drag, and go to the right to add it into the group. You see how I did that? But now I can move the text around, and this will just say like rage gauge. Rage! Maybe just rage. I don't know. Maybe I make it thicker. That's what she said. Maximum width, outline opacity, outline size. Let's make it more outline. Let's make the font 48. Make it big boy. Big boy style rage. I should add some new fonts. It's not a bad idea. Boom. Rage. The exclamation, why is this so large? That's what she said. Put it in the center though. 640. Y position. Right there. No, we'll bring it up. Rage. It's too big. 36, 38. $36, 3. Okay, I like that. I'm fine with that. Let's save this. In battle. Rage gauge, engage, Cage. That's right, Pug. How did you know? What's up, Spiker-Man? What are your favorite types of mini games in RPG Maker? In RPG Maker? I mean, I don't know. Not a big minigame fan, but I do want to include more things to do besides just select skills, right? Rage Mage, Rage Gauge? Oh, but you know what's... I already have a skill class called Rage. Huh. Interesting idea. I'm gonna probably not use the term Rage, because I'm already using Rage as a skill type, and then it can be confusing. I'll just call it something else, like the party gauge. It'll be a party gauge, and instead of basic attack, it'll go up some other way. I don't know how, I don't know why or when, or what, and sometimes why. Pacified. Wait, why isn't it even showing? Is it not even showing now, huh? Yeah, it's not even showing. Let's see. Ba-do-ba-do-ba-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Game over gauge. Oh, I need to put it in here. If that makes sense, right? Save. The good thing about it is... I don't have to restart the application, like the game, to test the HUD maker changes. I'm still doing something wrong though. Hold up. This is in the battle HUD. And 2 conditions. This one is if there's a troop and the battle HUD is... hide battle HUD is off, confirmed. And then for everything in here, condition is hide battle HUD off. And then what about for the pacified group? Same 2 conditions. Pacify system is on and the hide battle HUD is off. So why is it not showing this then? I have the big wonders. Because it is a child object of this, it should inherit the display as well. So I shouldn't have to do that for both of these. However, it's not displaying them. But I've set no conditions for them, but I did set conditions on here. Each side has its own rage gauge, and when full, the corresponding side gets damage, stat, or a critical boost. That's interesting, Wolf Emblem Studios. We could do something like that. By raising it, you add some state, right? We can add some state. Goblins should be hard to pacify. They are inherently irrational and most likely evil. Yeah, so that's why they're a little bit harder. The buttons disappear. You can draw. I'm trying to figure out why it's not actually showing. I'm on the battle HUD, and I'm not particularly hiding it. I'm just setting every condition. You know, it was working. I don't understand why it's not showing it now. What did I do different? I put it in a group, right? And this group, that's just weird. Hide battle HUD off. So display when it's off, and it should be set to off. Just like these are also have the condition when it's set to off. Did I move? I think I moved it a pixel. That's confusing. Let's move it out of the group. Let's move it out of the group. All right. Oh, did I terminate the program? Maybe. Okay, so it's showing it now, but if I put it in the group, a rage group, it disappears. You see the gauge, and then when I attack, it goes up, right? Boom, 'cause that's the way I set it up. So boom, it goes up 10%, or it goes up a set number of 10 every time I attack. Rage. But it disappears if I set it in a group. Oh, it saved this time, and then this. Save. Oh yeah, this has got to be like that. Rage. It needs to be smaller because of the CTB is over the top of it. 28. Confirm. Raise it up. I raise it up, and then I have to press Control to like unlock it so that I can pixel perfect it. There it is. Rage. I'm gonna call it something else. What's the name of it? The rage gauge sounds great, right? But it's not what it's gonna be. When you use pacify, the rage gauge goes away. If the rage bar feels, you instantly game over. Ah, but look, it turns it off. Once I use pacify, it turns it off. That's what's causing it to disappear. So that's strange, huh? Pacify is changing something. Let's look at pacify in the common event. This has got to be what's going on. I found it though. I found the problem. Pacify. Action sequence. Gauge of Pog. .3D is hard. Every time I jump into a 3D engine, there's a new one right now. What is it called? Like Core? Yeah, it's like Core Creator or something. It's like a Roblox spinoff, but it probably looks a little better than Roblox. And I was looking at it, right? I was like, of course I could make a game in this Core Creator, but it would take a lot of time and effort. And then the main part of it is like 3D level design, and I hate level design. I hate making maps and levels, and that's the most time consuming and monotonous and boring part for me. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to do this, but it would be a good idea, you know, if you haven't heard of it, it's called Core. I think it's by Manticore or something like that. But it's like a Roblox spinoff. It's like a platform where you can make your own games or play other people's games. So okay, when I'm using this action sequence, it's hide battle HUD turns on. Hide battle HUD turns off. Is this not turning the switch off? That would make sense. Okay, set current HUD to battle HUD. I don't think I actually have to do that. Oh yeah, I do. So it's setting to pacify system. Reset HUD. If I use reset the current or set to... Let me just get rid of this. at the end here. I'll try one thing and see if that fixes it. In this case, I have to restart. It's okay. It's a lot of trial and error. Thank you guys for joining me, by the way. I'm glad to have some people here. Okay. So we have our rage gauge and we attack and it goes up and it works and all that. Okay. For some reason though, oh, because certain skills are using the basic action sequence. Okay, that's got to be changed. But I'll fix it later anyway. I'll make the basic action sequence not add to the rage gauge. It'll do something else. I needed to test it to see if it moves and whatnot. Pacify? You just chilling, Spiker? That's cool. You working on a project right now? And it disappears. It's gone after that. So, okay. Is it not turning the switch back off, maybe? Or maybe I have to do like a reset. Let me do a plugin command. HUD Maker Ultra, okay. Set visibility? Visible? Activity? Active? Wait, no. Ultra Pro? Yeah. Set current HUD. Or reset HUD to current. Reset current HUD. I don't know. We'll have to try it and see if that fixes it. So I just want to use Pacify System and see if the rage gauge comes back afterwards. Because right now, after you use Pacify, the rage gauge goes away. Which, I mean, it kind of makes sense if I wanted to use it as a rage gauge. Oh, it comes back. I just had to do a plugin command to reset. No big deal. No big deal. Okay. That's good to know. Good to know. Now we can move on. And I know it's not something you have to do in here to fix it. It was something in my common event by resetting. I need to like say, reset this so it shows it again. Do another one. I thought of this cool idea where like you can put it in skills and turn on a switch when the enemy uses a skill, like have a image pop up randomly, and then if you click it at the right time, you learn that skill that the enemy did. So you're like you're like a blue mage or something where you learn the enemy skills. I thought that would be a pretty cool little feature, and we could totally do it if we want to put the time into it. I don't know though. I don't know if I want to do that right now. You see how long the book spans? It just goes, because the bees are easy to pacify. Alright, let's update the rage gauge and call it something else. Drift, do you think that making a Pokemon XP game is harder or easier than making your own game? Well, when you like make a spin-off game or a fan game, it's easier in a way. It's still work. Making a game is hard. But it's easier because you have a format, you have a convention you can use as a reference. I think it's harder to do your own shit than it is to like copy something. It's way easier to copy something, for sure. It's still going to be hard to make a game. I mean, if it's going to be any good, it's going to be kind of hard, I would believe. We reset that. Okay, basic attack action sequence. I knew I was going to remove this from the beginning anyway, so it's fine. Get rid of this rage gauge thing. What's up, Capper? Cacper? Carcaz, how you doing? Mog Hunter's LMBS modifications to make life easier. Yami's working on dev art, but right now, no. That's cool, Yami. You have your sister to help you. It's always good when you work in a group. Like you have when you're strong at something, you can benefit your team for that way. And then if someone in your team has a strength and there's something they like doing, they definitely benefit you. Because as a game dev, you got to wear all the hats. You got to do it all. And typically, no one person is good at all of that. Everyone has their strengths. What's up, Leon? Artman, how you doing? Yo, 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 yo. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How are you doing? How you feeling? Octopus Incus. That's a cool name, dude. Copy, paste, improve. Indeed. Indeed, my friend. Stay classy. I should add more story. More enemies, more maps. Oh, I know what it's going to do. I remember now. Okay. I want to check to see if I can add an icon. This is the button HUD. Let me add a component here. And I want to add an icon from the icon set. And it will let me do that, right? No, it's image. It's letting me do image. If you want to set an icon, it's custom code or a fixed icon set. That's just going to show the whole thing. Is there a way to show like one? What's up, Vino? $2 super chat. Hello all. What an exhausting day. I blame 2020 for sure, man. 2020 has got everybody on a roller coaster. Thank you for the $2 and for tuning in. Appreciate you, Vino. Thank you for being here. I mean, what I've done so far is like isolated these icons and then put them in, you know, their own PNG file and then loaded them as something. Maybe, yeah, that doesn't seem to work. Custom collection, attach collection, custom? What's this custom? Interesting. It seems like all the schizzos from the psych ward have been given jobs at your company. Oh man, that's rough. Itch is better than Steam, says Yami, and then you retracted it. Itch is better idea. I mean, here's the thing. If you want to sell your game on Steam, you have to pay Steam 30 or 35%. I forgot. I think it's 35. I don't know. It's 30 or 35%, but Steam makes a good chunk of your money. 30% is like industry standard. They have a huge, like, ginormous market share. Like, as they are the king of where you get the eyes on your project. Sorry about that. So putting your game on Steam is great if you're willing to pay them 30% of the profit and pay $100 to list it. But if you want to get it listed for free and pay anywhere from 0% up to 30%, you can put it on itch, because you get to decide how much of the profit you're giving to itch.io when you post your game. So I would say for smaller devs, itch is a good place to put your game first. And then if your game catches some traction on itch, you might want to drop $100 and get it posted, get it listed on Steam, and see if that $100 comes back. It might. It very well might. And you're going to get a lot more downloads and more, you know, they call them impressions. You're going to get more impressions on Steam. So I would say start with itch to see how your game goes. That way you're not at a loss right off the beginning. And put it up for sale and give itch like 5 or 10%, something modest, right? But you can choose to give them nothing if you don't want to. I mean, it's okay to do that, especially if it's a smaller game. If you know it's going to make some sales, then you might want to give them 5-10%. Just I don't know if that pushes their advertisement when like your search, the SEO. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but you can decide what you pay itch, and I would start there. And then if it gets a little traction, you get some people. And also itch has some pretty good analytics too. So you get to see how many people are downloading your game. You get to see how many people have looked at your page. You get to see how many clicks you know it's got. And if you've got donations and your tax form set up, which takes like 5 minutes, which you should totally do. I mean, at least if you're 18 or over, you can set your tax papers up with itch, and then you can accept donations. Link an account if you want to get paid. And it's not too hard, really. And that's a good start. I would start with itch. And then go to Steam if you think if your game's doing okay on itch. I know, right, KB? I was like, oh, this is good. It gets to it shows you how many people clicked on your game, how many people downloaded it, how many people paid, how much they paid. It really keeps track of a lot of information. It gives you good graphs too. If you have an AdSense account with like Google or YouTube or anything, you get a ton of analytics. And Itch doesn't give you that many analytics, but it gives you sufficient information, I feel. Also, when you have it on Itch, you're not forcing your. I mean, who doesn't have Steam nowadays? But believe it or not, some people still haven't downloaded and installed Steam, and Itch gives you that. It removes that one barrier, so they don't have to download and create a Steam account to play your game, because they just download it right off of Itch. I mean, they'd still have to make an Itch account if they wanted, blah 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 blah, right? But at least they didn't have to download anything else or install it. So I would say Itch and then Steam. So what I'm trying to do now, Vino, if you're paying attention, if you're up for the question, I'm wondering, is there a way for me to put in an icon from the icon set without manually, making it its own PNG? Like put it in icon, but selecting a specific one icon from the icon set, not the whole thing. Is that possible? Or do I have to like manually make the PNGs to show them as icon? See, it says icon index right here. So if I select this icon set and then go to the index number, can I just change the index number and will it show? I suppose it would be dumb of me to not try it, right? So let's say index number 10, will it go like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Will it show the skull or will it show the whole dang thing? It shows the skull. Never mind. I'm a tard sometimes, Vino, and like literally when I ask the question, I'm like, well, why am I asking this question when I could figure it out in the same amount of time? The thing is, you're the master at this, Vino. You're the master of this HUD maker. I know SRD made it, but you're the master at using it, and you are the source of my information on it right now. Eventually, we're gonna make some tutorials on it. We should do some collabs, Vino. It'd be funny. It'd be a funny thing to do. For the lols. No, this is amazing. This is great. This is going to stop me from having to go into Sprite so many times. In fact, I kind of want to remake this entire button HUD. I kind of do. This is a picture HUD component, and this is a icon HUD. So when you go to add a new one, you click on picture if you want to use your own single PNG, but you can click on icon with the index right there. Beautiful. It's so good. I love it. There's one thing that would be better if I didn't have to go into the engine to look at the icon number. If there was a way that you can display that information, that'd be great. I mean, it's not that hard, right? Like, say I wanted this rainbow icon. I can just go in here and go to any skill or weapon or armor and go down to it and find it and click on it. It does take time, though, as you can see. It would be convenient. It'd be a nice little upgrade for the pro version, maybe, or something. Where the frick did I put it? Where's it at? There it is. And then at the bottom left it says 2679. So if I wanted to use that, I can do that and use this as a reference. So I wanted to use 2679. I can go index 26, plain number, 2679. And then boom, it'll make that little card. It's really cool. I like that it does that. MV is on its way out the door for new content, videos, etc. Pretty much. Spikerman says, Drifty, I've been thinking about letting you play my game soon. Really? You're going to let me do it? Oh, so awesome. You're going to let me now. It's not turn-based, though. I don't know how you feel about that. Well, I don't like... it's not that I don't like games that are not turn-based. Nothing wrong with a game that's not turn-based. It just depends on if it's good or not. if you would like me to play your game on stream, T will also play it. It's the reward tier for our Patreon. It's the $20 tier. It will be going to the $30 tier in 1 month and 6 or 7 days. In 2021, we listed this months ago. The price on the Patreon for those things go up. But legacy pricing will still exist. So if you've been a backer at the $20 level, it's still $20 for you. You don't have to pay more. It's just for new people who want those things. You got to look up the index and the engine. Yeah. You've already suggested that. Okay. It was a challenge to add that to HUD Maker. Okay. I wouldn't know how to do it, so I'll take SRD's word for it and just look it up in the engine. It's fine. I didn't mean it like that. It's fine. It's cool, dude. No, I think you already messaged me, right? You told me in an email. Was that you? You said in 2 weeks you were gonna do that. T from T's Jams is here. Hi, baby. Oh my gosh. She is about 40 miles away right now handling some business because she is a business mind right now. She's handling that sweet business. What's up, Lazarus? How is MZ, man? It is good. It is very, very good. I'm having fun in MZ. And to be honest, the last year that I was messing around with MV, it wasn't like a ton of fun. It was kind of like, well, you know, it's still something to do, but MZ is just like stoked the flames, and I am having fun again. I will say that the HUD Maker has made it more fun, personally. And it's free too, you can download it for free. I wish there would be more plugins and stuff like this. I wish people would make more extension programs for the engine, because the engine in itself is fantastic, and it's a beautiful thing that it's simple to understand. It's been de-skilled to a point where you can make a game with very little actual effort if you wanted to. It would be really shitty if you didn't put in that much effort, but you can, and that's the good and the bad thing about it. But the good thing is it's compatible with a lot of other things, and it reads it takes JS. So with JavaScript, you can do quite a few things. And there's a really good team of devs, Vigistella, that has been put together. And they've got a ton of plugins that have been released already. And there's a lot of other plugin developers, too, that put out a lot of good plugins. And, MZ's already better than MV, in my opinion. At first, it took a little while for the plugins to come out to say it is better, but now I would say, even at this point, there's not all the plugins I want. One of the plugins I'd like to see from Vigistella, which I imagine they're going to put it out at some point, but hopefully it's in the next wave 6 or 7 or whatever, is the skill equip system. And I specifically would love to see a feature in the skill equip system that lets you choose if one or more or none, or I mean, of course, it's going to be some. I would like the option to decide which characters have the skill equip system attached to them. I didn't like in MV how it was either all or nothing. Either all of your characters had to use this system, or none of them used it. And it really defeated the purpose of making like a blue mage class where the blue mage had to equip their skills and everyone else, because then it made everyone else have to equip their skills too. And it was like, well, I didn't want that for everyone. I just wanted that for like one specific class, where that class gets to learn a bunch of skills, but it would be overpowered if they had access to all of them at the same time. So that class would be limited to just what it could fit on and equip. Sitting in your car, getting it done, sitting in the car, waiting for people. Hey, I mean, it's all good. Yeah, the skill equip system, I'm waiting for that one. That'd be good. Yami says, I love the layer system. I'm glad they got it back. Wasn't it an XP? They had something similar. You go to layer and you could choose automatic, or you can decide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is an improvement for sure. Absolutely. I kind of like, I have mixed feelings about it because I wish it was a little better. And I know it's hard to like make it better and not clutter up the UI, but because it's essentially the same thing as if you had a drop down, right? Because if you clicked it, it would get on some people's nerves if it drops down, and then if you went across, it's like, why do you have 5 buttons for the layer? And I mean, if you right click it, I mean, that it's essentially the same thing as clicking on layer, right? It's right there. So I mean, I don't know if you can satisfy people. I don't know if you can. How do you make it more simple? It's simple as it can get. And how do you make it more convenient without like taking up too much space and making it the UI uglier? You know, or ugly. It's actually very sleek. I love it. But yeah, so it's a rough situation with the layer. It is an improvement though. It's the right step. Your game would not work if it wasn't for the layering system? Really, Pug? What kind of game are you making? Is it just an RPG, but you have some crazy maps? One of the things I love that they put in MZ is the plugin commands. The way that you do plugin commands now is so much better. It is, I mean, it makes MV look really, really like ancient and out of touch. Because with MZ, the plugin commands, you don't have to read the help files as much as you do in MV. So in MZ, you don't have to read them as much as you do in MV. With plugin commands, you select them, and then you have a drop-down command name. So like, otherwise you'd be reading inside the help file, trying to find, you know, what you have to type, and then all of the arguments and parameters for it afterwards. And now it's not like that. So that's a huge improvement for me. Of course, the most obvious one is the particle system, which is an improvement. Another really, really nice improvement. Octopus asked, is there parallaxing for maps or a plugin or not yet? Anyone know? Parallaxing? I mean, showing an image? Yeah, I'm sure there's already a plugin for it. In fact, I'm pretty sure that some of the MV plugins for it will still work in MZ. Even though if you go into the plugin manager at the bottom, you've got a help thing right here. It says, the plugin TTDP, no fast forward, may not support MZ. But guess what? It does. It works perfectly. So this is an MV plugin that I just put in here and added. I didn't change it, and neither did the dev. It's for MV. Yet, it still works inside of MZ. And so a lot of plugins are like that. What Discord channel should I put that in? Oh, yeah, links in the description. You can put it in what I'm working on. You can put it in, well, yeah, you can use your own Discord too. But come join ours. We'd love to have you. We are an official Discord partner. Alright, back to what I was doing. I can delete this. I feel like it might be a better idea to remake the way I'm doing the buttons, but it's just going to set the game back a little bit. It's going to improve it in the long run. Okay, I know what I was doing. I need to make a button for when you want to rest in the inn. You wonder if Yanfly plugins work inside of MZ? Well, the thing about it is Yanfly plugins are being translated by Yanfly and the whole team Vigistella. So all of the plugins that you see are VS, Vigistella. Those are basically Yanfly plugins, but they're improved upon and made more compatible. So I would say I would say probably not. The MV ones won't work in MZ. However, they're being remade and improved so that the Vigistella versions of them work. Trying to stack lots of different assets like rocks, trees, and such together for a more organic look, which uses a lot of layer combinations. Have you tried the the Doodads plugin, Plug Dungeon? Much love for the VS plugins. I know. Hell yeah. Shout out to Team Vigistella. They're killing it. They be awesome, yo. Look at the Doodads plugin, Plug Dungeon, if you haven't already. I think I have it installed here. I need to find the right icon. Real quick. So I'm looking for an icon that will work to signify resting at the end, like a bed would work. Yeah, I definitely want to remake them. Instead of using buttons, I'm going to use the icon set and the numbers, because I don't want them to be blurred differently. I should probably check to see if they're blurred or stretched. I know that I created them, and it just manually, and it just took so long. It was a waste of time, essentially. When the technology lets you not have to do that stuff, you shouldn't put in the extra work to do that. Just work smarter, not harder and longer. You know, a dream catcher would work for resting at an inn as well. Anything that signifies, oh, a sleep. Let's use like the sleep. I'm sure there's a state that says ZZZ, right? Like a sleep. There it is. Let's use this. We'll use this one. Icon 24. Let's use icon 24. Beautiful. And then we'll just maximize it. And if I just stretch it out to the max, that's a very easy clickable button. So I'm going to have to make a new one then, right? Yeah. Okay. No. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I just... because that'd be sloppy. Why don't I just go here? Can I take this data? What's different between picture HUD component and icon HUD component? Can I open both? No, I can't. Okay. Clearly can't. Sorry about that. What's up, Eternals Atharsis? You got the MZ trial. Been working on a small project. Loving it. Sweet. Isn't it 20% off right now? Hold on. Let me just double check. Oh, gosh. It was just 20% off. Bruh. Oh, no. Don't claim me. It was just 20% off. Sad days. It's still worth $80 for sure. What are people saying? Why are they not liking it? Bit neutral. Okay, so neutral but chose to say down. I want to refute some of these. It's too lackluster for it to be a new software. Just to be more objective, I'll list everything that I found more convenient in MZ. And then he goes on to say all the good shit. It's like, I'm neutral, but thumbs down. Here's all the good shit. Well, I mean, it seems like this is a positive review to me. This is definitely a more positive review than negative. But sure, okay, thumbs down from you. You haven't played long enough. 3 hours, your opinion doesn't matter. If you only play 3 hours, you don't know shit. Sorry. 45, okay, what do you have to say? He reviewed it at 18 hours. Okay, he's saying 70 is too much. But then he said it's not too much. They need to put more version. No. They don't need to do more. One every 5 years is good. Even, I mean, maybe one every 4 or 5 or 6 is good. So I think they're right in the middle. I disagree with you. But why the negative review then? Well, yeah, that's what I'm asking. Because it's the version, okay, because this version of RPG Maker is the product of zero communication between Katakara and its user base. Really? Have you even tried to reach out and talk? Almost all new features are available as plugins for MV. No, that's not true. You can't really do the plugin commands like the way that they're handled inside of MZ. What about particle effects? You can fake particle effects in MV, but you can't actually do them. And then, you know how many people message me saying, how come my MV3D project is broken and isn't working? Well, because it's just, you know, it's very finicky and it's very hard to get working right. And it's not compatible with a number of things. What don't you get? I mean, you get a lot more than what you listed. You don't get a modern... No, you get the most modern tool. I disagree with you, Kalio. I'm sorry, but it's your opinion and you have the right to be wrong. A lot of these positives here, positive. I don't understand any of these negative reviews yet. You've played 3 hours, shut up, okay. Lots of look at this. 100 hours, 200 hours. These guys are all positive. Here we go. You played 1 hour. Shut up. You played 1 hour. You don't know anything. Okay. This is the one we just read. Okay, here we go. Look, this guy, 335, maybe he has a valid point. Let's see what his review is. He's played... Bro, you played 1 hour and then reviewed it and then continued to play it for 334 more hours. Like, this makes no sense. Why review a game after 1 hour of playing it? And it must not be too bad, Mr. Negative Pigtail, because look, you played it for 330 more hours. Also, just, alright. Just nope. Alright. Oh, no, shut up. Oh my god, middle click, stop doing that. I don't like autoplay. I should turn this off. It's gonna end up getting me claimed something. I'm over here trying to white knight. I don't even want a white knight. It's just, that's what happened when I read these. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. I haven't seen a single one that made sense yet. I would like to agree with one just to seem impartial. This one, he's played for, when did he review it? He played for 30 minutes. He played for 30 minutes and left a review saying it's not worth it. How do you know if you've only played for 30 minutes, LM Enop? Sorry, but another review doesn't count. Okay, this guy. 47 hours at time of review. Okay, that's significant. There's enough to get your toes in the water. You might have something to say after 2 days of playing straight, right? Essentially. What are your cons? No any significant change. No any grammar, maybe. Really, MZ looks like a poorly upgraded MV, and MV looks like a step aside from VX8. I'm sorry, but you're completely wrong in your first sentence, and you said it improperly. But regardless of your grammar, look, from VX, we're not talking about the difference from MV to VXA, so why do you dilute your point about this product, about previous product? But first, I will refute that as well. MZ is completely different from VXAs. There's a huge resolution update. It went from using Ruby to JavaScript. There was not even official plugin support. It was scripting. You could put in script calls, like longer scripts from VXAs from Ruby. But, no, look, you're wrong, so you're wrong. All right, whatever. I want a valid thumbs down. Like, I want to read someone and be like, okay, I can see their point and why they dislike it, but I have yet to find one. You played 1 hour. Okay, blah, 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 blah. We looked at him. This guy. Okay, 100... Guys, why play for 3 hours and leave a review? 3 hours is not enough time to understand the difference between products. Well, it must not have been too bad because, look, you played for another 100 and something hours. All right, I'm done. I'm done messing with that. There's no point in me just going on and on about that. But you see what I'm saying? People will they'll pay for it and download it, play it for 30 fucking minutes, and then say something bad about it. It makes no sense. Did I leave a review? I believe I left a review. I probably should leave a review if I haven't already. I did review it. Okay. What did I say about it? Okay, look, check it out. I recommended this. I had this game before many people had it. I actually had it. I received it for free. Here's the thing. I paid for it, and then I had to remove it from my Steam library a week after I bought it because they gave me a free version, which was the dev version. So I got like 0.09 or 0.09 or no 0.9 or something like that. So I actually did pay for it, but then I got a free version. So I had to permanently remove the paid version I paid for to get this free one. But anyway, I played it for 600 hours almost before I left a review. And then, after playing it for about 600 hours, I said, okay, now I got a feel for it. I might be able to tell people what I actually feel and what I put enough time in to give you an accurate description. So I'm going to go ahead and read mine. The current flagship of the RPG Maker series. If you're only going to get one of them, this is the one as of the time of writing this review, because we don't know 5 years from now, this may not stand up, right? The addition of particle animations is a huge bonus, and I love this upgrade. I still don't like the map editor. See here, it's a positive review, and I'm still adding an impartial review. I'm still giving you what I don't like about it. But it's a sure improvement to previous iterations because of the layering system. So it's definitely an improvement from MV, 100%. Even though I'm saying something, I've said something bad about it here. It's my opinion, and I'm allowed to say that. Plugin commands now have an awesome new window with a ton of new features. This may be the biggest upgrade in the engine, mainly because of the new options that plugin devs will have on de-skilling complicated tasks that would normally require a ton of coding. Now it can be done in one plugin command. With so many good features like the ones previously mentioned, an upgraded character generator, and an easy-to-understand database editor, it's really a no-brainer. Get this software. And that's a review. That's a good review. And, if you have anything else to say about it, I'm open to comments. Anybody who I called out today, come and spam me with your negativity if you want to do that. If you feel you must. All right, let's close this. Where was I? Sorry, I wasn't ignoring chat. Yeah, I wouldn't say leave a review after playing for 1 hour. You don't know shit after 1 hour. Use it for a few days at least. This is now Driftwood Reviews. Well, Pimpin Studios. I mean, today it is. I don't have T here to keep me on track. I need my beautiful wife here. I miss her. T, come back. T, why did you go, T? Oh, I know why she left. We had to handle that business, We got to make them big money moves. VS is the only plugins that I've delved into so far, says Plug Dungeon, because I don't like the fate of my game to depend on independent parties, but yes, VS are ace. VS are ace? That's confusing, but I get it, right? Ace is you're saying they're good. They're good. Vigistella, good. I understand. Mistily 200, that reviewer that played 300 hours after the review edited the review several days later, though. So he may have some good points. Oh, really? Maybe I should go back and read it, Miss Lily? I didn't see it was edited. Steam prompts you for a review after 2 or 3 hours of usage. That is freaking stupid. Steam should not be asking people to review the software or game after 2 to 3 hours. I mean, maybe for some games. For some short indie games, that would make sense. Some games are only 2 to 3 hours, and that's fine. But for software that you use to make things out of, you're probably going to need hundreds of hours to even really know for sure if it's good or not. I'm sure if you played 20, 30, 40, 50 hours, you can leave a review, and you have the right to be, opinionated about it. That's fine. Vino says, I absolutely hate all the mindless noobs who rated it low with less than a few hours usage. Should try to find my review. It was at the top. It should, yeah, let's go back. I'm going to listen to Miss Lily. The guy that played for 300 hours, he edited the review, or she, I'm not sure. So let's look at that real quick. Oh, no, I don't want to go here. Just go back. I want to go down to the guy that edited his review. I want to see what it has to... Wait. No shit. Did I pass Vino's again? Here's Vino's. Look, right at the top. Read more. This... Vino, I'm not going to read the whole thing. This is a lot. Look, he played 76 hours when he did the review. That is a good amount of time to play when you're going to leave a review. And you can see that he's played for 10 times that afterwards. As a hardcore developer with over 18,000 hours in RPG Maker total, I believe any negative reviews are misinformed folks looking for an easy route to develop games. This engine is a masterpiece, and here's why. And he goes on to list all the reasons. Note about Steam Lock. Just to mention, unlike MV, you can run MZ without Steam even being open. So my logged hours is nonsense. It's true. I don't know how many hours I have in the software, but it's not telling the truth. Performance. This should be the #1 reason to switch. It's a major performance overhaul with our laggy MV environment. I'm going to read the first sentence of each paragraph. I figure that's probably good. Plugins. Handfuls of plugins came out in the first few weeks. That's true. Never have I seen so many plugins be converted and made so quickly, because a large part of them had the meat of the operation. It was already there, and it just needed to be restructured so that it'll fit and work in MZ for a lot of them. It demonstrated how they are miles better than MV plugins. Animations. This is visibly a big change, going from loading tons of PNG files, which bog down and lag down games easily, to generating pixie particles on the fly. They do look better. They run smoother. And there's free software out there to make it. Battle systems. MV was a mess with battle systems. Many didn't work. Many conflicted with other major plugins. And many game devs wasted a lot of time working on them. I don't know. I mean... I would say that there wasn't anything really wrong with the battle systems in MV. It depends on how you wanted to go about it. MZ comes with multiple styles of battle systems built in that all work well, combined with this plugin that won't conflict with a core engine feature, and now battle options are seemingly limitless. I was getting stuck on my own words because I had a lot to say here. Now, MZ does come with a lot of battle systems, but here's the thing. MV was the first one to come back since it was, I think, 2003, to do a side view battle system. Before that, you had to do a lot of plugins. I remember using a lot of GAL plugins in the VX Ace era to get side view battle to work properly, and even then it was kind of a clunky mess. So I disagree that MV was a mess with battle systems. I would say VX Ace and prior was a mess with battle systems. MV for battle systems, actually not that bad. Of course, it's not as good as MZ, but MV's battle systems, when they put in the side view battle systems, and especially with Yanfly releasing the action sequence stuff, MV's battle systems were pretty good. And I still stand that say that MV's battle systems are not that bad. They're pretty damn good, actually. But MZ better, yeah, because you have more options now, and the plugins are being put out as well. Moving on, mouse detection. So I only refute this one. So far, I've been 100% agreeing with Vino here. Mouse detection. MZ has full mouse capability. Oh my gosh, the mouse detection is so good. I want to show you one thing. We're going to come back to this real quick. But like, I just noticed it the other day. When you're looking inside of the VS, of course, I'm going to refer to the VS plugins too, but in the menu, check it out. Like when they made this crafting system, I didn't even realize, but if you hover over, look, it shows you water, beehive chip. Like it shows you. It's like very mouse intrinsic. Is that the right word? It's very mouse friendly, and it has like the hover over, and it has pop-up stuff that you can use for pop-ups. It tells you the items. This wasn't available before, and it was really hard to do. I've seen people do it in MV, but it was not easy to do. They had to put in some custom stuff. Never seen drift triggered before? I'm not even triggered, bro. You want to see me triggered? Watch Adventure Field 3 or whatever it's called. That's me triggered. There's a few games where I'm triggered. Anyway, the mouse overs, I completely agree with Vino here. Such a good feature to have. It's so cool. MZ has full mouse capabilities like any top games would or should. MV did not. In fact, clicking and hovering with the mouse was even difficult to get going with MV plugins. It's true. It was hard to do. This is also vital for anyone wanting to port to Android or iOS because the touch and the push commands, and that was really, really hard to do in MV. And it was really broken. I agree. So 100%. In summary, if you are attempting to grow as a serious game developer, this engine is a game changer. People get upset because there's not many new buttons to perform functions and such, but you don't need more buttons. I would like another page of buttons. I mean, especially with camera, I would like to see some camera buttons. I mean, there's always more that I could ask for. Do we need them? I mean, script calls are there, and if you know how to do it, you can do it. But even today, I was like, I could zoom in to make it so that the character's bigger and keep the parallax background the same. And I could mimic the idea that the character is the right size to fit on the bed if I had some camera buttons. So I agree, a tab 4 with some new buttons, especially camera function, I would like to see. I think there's more they could have done with MZ, and I'm not saying it's a perfect engine, and I'm not saying that it's the pinnacle that's going to be the end game. I'm saying it's come a long way, and where it's at is in a very good place, but there's still more progress to be made, and I'm looking forward to the next one, even now, as early as MZ is, but I'm currently having a lot of fun with MZ. To continue and finalize here, with what the engine offers and what plugins are out there today as I write this, and with knowledge of some future plugins that are lined up, MZ is so much further up the chain than MV was. So I'm gonna say yes, this was a helpful review. Oh, I already said yes to it, didn't I? How come it's not working? Steam, why you broken, yo? Oh, there it goes. Yes. Helpful review, I like it. Let's see. Golden Unicorn? I can give you a golden unicorn? Wait, hold on. Vino with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Vino. He says, I agree heavily about camera controls. Need more. Yes. Gotta have it. Mad Scientist. Oh my God, Vino needs the Mad Scientist. I'm going to give you an award, Vino, for your review. The award will show up immediately, and the recipient will receive 100 bonus points after 2 weeks. I'm going to use 300 to give you the Mad Scientist. Boom. Hell yeah. Vino, you get an award. You get an award for your review. You had a good review. Boom. Mad Scientist. Logan says, can you please add me on Discord? I just joined. What do you mean add you? I don't add friends on. I don't manually add friends. But I can give you, oh, you mean as member? Absolutely, absolutely, my friend. Let me do, what he's asking is to be given member. So come join us on the Discord. I guess now's the perfect time to plug the Discord. I'd love to have you come join. We have lots of members, and we are an official partner of Discord. And as soon as you join, ask the mods, or I mean, I do this every day multiple times. I scroll down and I look for new members. I like to see when new members arrive, and you can clearly see them because their name will be just a gray font color. And it's getting harder to do since we have so many members, but I still do it. I don't care. I do it this way as well so that it's harder for bots to come and spam shit. They still do, and it doesn't really stop them, but it just kind of it's just another obstacle. Penny Mouse, welcome. You are now a member. You can now post links and stuff. Yes. R_, you are now a member. Welcome. Welcome to the Discord. Thank you so much for joining. Savage Boy, thank you so much for tuning in. New to Discord, huh? So it might be a new account. I expect one of these to just spam. And be yesterday, somebody sent me 12 private messages very quickly, calling me the N-word. I'm like, okay. Very nice of you. They also tried to spam it in the chat in the default font, and it probably would have lasted there longer had they not already DM'd me 12 times. They basically notified me hey, I did something wrong, and I was immediately able to ban them. Corey Davis with a $5 super chat. What is up, Corey? How are you doing, man? What did you miss? Well, I was working a little bit inside the engine, and I was doing some stuff with the HUD maker and messing around with the pacify system, and we ended up changing the rage gauge. And then I also decided I wanted to change these pictures to just using icons, and I found out how to do that, so that was really cool. And then I went on Discord, someone asked that they said they were going to get MZ, they're still using the trial, and then I went to Steam and I was like, let me see, is it still on sale? And I was like, oh no, it's not on sale anymore, but it's still worth the money. And then I was scrolling down and I'm like, what? And I started reading some negative reviews, and none of them made sense, and most of them just debunked themselves. But there is one, Miss Lily said that they edited their review, because what happens is most of these people buy it, and then like 30 minutes later, they don't even try it, they just drop a negative review 30 minutes after playing it, saying, oh, blah, 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 something stupid, something stupid. So this guy, when did he edit it? He said he edited it, right? Updated September 5th, but that doesn't mean he actually used it more on how many hours did he use at that point? So from August 20th and then updated to the 5th. So, I mean, here's the edit. Okay, so we'll go to the edit. Oh, it gets better. So this is a negative review, and I'm trying to be impartial here, but so far I've just been shitting on all these negative reviews because none of them have actually stood up, and most of them don't even make sense. Okay, but I'm giving it a chance. This is the one that was edited, and it seemed like the most proper one. I mean, he dropped a review after 1 hour, so that was already bad. But then he did continue to play for 300 more hours. At some point, he did leave another edit, so I'm going to read some of this. Remember when I said I hadn't had time to look at the code? Well, then that's your problem. If you don't really put in the work, you can't blame it that you don't understand it based on your lack of putting in the work. He goes, well, it gets a lot better. Not only has almost nothing changed in the engine's core, that is not true, but anyone that has spent some time in the community knows that this piece of software is basically unusable without installing Yanfly plugins. Well, listen, I mean, I kind of do agree a little bit with this. It is not unusable without Yanfly stuff. I mean, of course, right now the Yanfly stuff is called Vigistella stuff. It is not unusable without stuff. You can still do it, but it's a lot better with Vigistella stuff. I will say, okay, I'm going to give him that one. All right, whatever. Shut up. Well, this person in the community was unfortunately beset by code thieves, and his team Vigistella has now taken to salting or encrypting their code. What do you mean salting? Listen, why do you want to copy their code? If you can use it all you want. And here's the thing, the reason why they did that is people kept saying that there was something wrong with it or it was buggy, but that's not the case there. And if it's so buggy and so wrong, why are you so interested in seeing the code? So you know what this is? This is a hit piece review. Somebody who wanted to copy some code, maybe learn how to write plugins, but use these as an example, but because they didn't want to do it the right way and start from scratch. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using examples, and I understand why you would want to look at them, but too many people abuse that and use it as like they just legit copy, and then they say they created a thing when they just stole it. So they're going to encrypt it. It's their own software, and they're allowed. It's their own plugin. It's their own code. They have every right to encrypt their plugins. So I'm sorry that they peed in your Cheerios, Mr. Who is this? Pigtail Sock. I'm sorry that you didn't like that, but they have every right to encrypt their plugins. However, even as a buyer, you never get access to the source code unencrypted from a form of those videos. What? Oh, you mean if you buy the plugins, if you buy the plugins, that's what I'm saying. They have every right to encrypt their plugins. Why do you need to see the code so bad, So the code would be doing literally anything under the hood other than what it says it does in the label. Use at your own risk. When you install a software, do you read all the terms of services? Do you read all the TOS? I doubt you read every sentence of the TOS. You could be signing your soul over to Apple. You could be giving your kidney to some person in India. You don't know what it actually says if you don't read it, okay? Where is the proof that it is not, in fact, carting off my private information over to the dark web in exchange for some sweet crypto? I mean, you take that risk. Whenever you install anything, you take that risk. Do you trust them not to do that? I do, and therefore I believe that they don't do that. What if I am... You're being super hypothetical here. Your whole review is utter salty bullshit. I'm sorry, it doesn't... I gave you one point where, it does make sense. You kind of want to have the Vigistella plugins, the Yanfly plugins, to make it more usable, but you don't have to have it. It just makes it a lot better. So that's the only thing I agree with so far. Okay, and I don't fully agree with it, just partly. What if I am a minor and my information is being... What if? Okay, well, what if you're an idiot and you don't actually read the terms of service? Whose fault is that, right? Why is Degica themselves endorsing such shady practices? This is not a shady practice. You can encrypt your own code, and you are insinuating here, sir, you are insinuating right here that they are in fact doing this, when in fact you have no evidence and no proof that they are actually doing this. Only your own conjecture, okay? The positives. Let's move on to the positives right now. So all of your negative, besides this, you kind of want to have the Vigistella plugins, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, and you're just making shit up because you're mad about something else. Maybe you want to copy the code and you're not able to copy it, and that's why you're pissed off. I don't know. That might make sense. Here's the positives. What positive do you have to say about it? It looks like 7 years later. What do you mean 7? It's been 5. They finally got around to fixing the memory leak in MV. It's only been... How could it be 7 years later when the engine's only been out for 5? Okay. Sir, your math is wrong. This version does have less lag. That's true, it does. They also added the ability to change the screen resolution, but unfortunately they were too lazy. Wow, just throw the accusations right here. To make the UI adjust to such changes, so it often bugs when using this. You're full of shit. I'm going to prove you wrong right here. You absolutely can decide inside the MZ engine. Look. If you want to change your screen resolution, this didn't used to be a thing, System Tab 2. Now it is. You can change your screen width and your screen height, and if you want to change the UI, you can do that too. Let's take a look at what keeping it 1-for-1 will look like. So this is going to maintain the entire aspect ratio of your UI. Am I already running something? It's fine. Okay, look, for example, when I press escape, you see how the entire menu is drawn almost to the end. There's still a buffer, but you see it's drawn fully to the end, right? Now, if we are given this option, he's saying you don't get it, and I'm saying you do. Let's drop this down. If I wanted to make the UI twice the size of the screen, or I mean, half the size of the screen or twice, then I could totally do that. So if I go into the game, I have full control over it. So once again, look at this. You're completely full of shit, and you're wrong. I'm sorry. Your review is salty. I don't know why you're really that salty or mad. I don't see where it's coming from, except from the fact that you maybe have something out personally against Vigistella, it appears. I don't know why, but all of your everything you've said pretty much has been false. $5 super chat for Vino. Thank you so much. Reviewing MZ based on a third party's plugins is about as mindlessly stupid as rating a car's engine performance based on the bald tires you put on it. 100% Vino. I agree. Corey Davis, thank you so much. With a $10 super chat, he says, I can see the code in MV, but I don't change Yanfly plugins unless I'm trying to find out what part of the code it's using. So in my plugin, I don't write something similar. Right. So, I mean, that's understood. But here's the thing. If you didn't see it from the beginning, the likelihood that the way you do it is going to mimic the way that they did it is like, oh, astronomically low. When somebody copies the code, it's almost completely clear and evident that they did do it. They can obfuscate it a little bit by, you know, changing variables and changing the names and moving things around and creating like a new function that didn't need to be there, but then they define it like they just cut out that part, make it a function and call that function, and then put that other part at the top or at the bottom. You know, there's ways to like fake it that you did it on your own, but even then, a savvy person will look at that code and go, I see what you did there. You basically fucking copied it. And that's what is happening in a lot of MV plugins. A lot of MV plugins basically copied Yanfly. And I mean, I understand it's a good example to look at, but if you're going to call it your own and charge people for it, you can't copy it. You have to be inspired by, but completely rewrite it, do your own system and do your own work. And the fact that they encrypted the MZ plugins pissed some people off because they really, really wanted to look at it so that they can copy paste it and sell plugins that they didn't have to do the work for themselves. And I'm sorry, but that is what is actually the case here. People who want to cash out, they don't actually care about the engine, they don't actually care about the community. People who just want to cash out on a new release by copying other people's work, that's why those are the people who are most pissed, because it's not easy for them. It's a lot harder now for them to cash out on Yanfly and Vigistella's work, and probably other people who are probably, the thing is, they're also setting precedent, so more people are encrypting their plugins, and that's probably going to be bad for those people who don't care about the community, don't care about the people, don't care about the actual engine. They just want to cash out when a new engine comes out. And so those are the people, those are the loud, obnoxious people who come to say negative reviews after playing the game for half an hour. And that's where that's coming from. I didn't finish the review, and I do want to do my due diligence. I will finish it. So once again, you're wrong here. He says that you have the ability to change the resolution, but you don't get the ability to adjust the UI. You do. And in fact, if you were savvy and you were paying attention, other people, like SRD here, made a free program that you can use to change your user interface all up. All you have to do is put in the work. But if you're lazy, I understand you're not going to do that. Also, you have to, pay attention and plug into the, be connected to the community and realize when new stuff comes out and talk to people and go to live streams and go to forums and go to Discords. And it's work. I understand that people, you don't like it when people don't just hand you everything on a silver platter. But this is what this is. This is not a helpful review. This is a review of somebody crying that they weren't handed to them on a silver platter. The only real other change I could see was the addition of the active time battle system. It seems to work properly for once, so kudos on that, I guess. Well, the toilet paper battle system is okay. I like it too, and it is another addition to MZ. It's not called toilet paper battle system, but I can never really remember. It's TPBS, right? What does it stand for? Turn progress battles, turn point, turn progress. I don't know. Toilet paper battle system sounds memorable, so we're gonna call it that. Anyway, the guy's name is Pigtail Sock, so don't take him seriously. Well, maybe it's too late for that prototype. Shoot, too late. Time progress battle system. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's good. Extra helpful. I bet all of his friends who hate Vigistella came over here. So yeah, I debunked it. I've debunked almost everything he said right here. Assumed Identity is here. What is up, Assumed? How are you doing? How you doing? All right, sorry for going off on a tangent, but I had to address some of the things when I was looking. And I saw some things that I disagreed with, and I wanted to talk about it and tell you why they're wrong. But everyone is free to make their own decisions and choices. Nobody forced you to buy the software. Nobody forced you to do it. What's up, Chill Yakuza? This is a more intense stream than I'm used to. Well, the thing is, I usually have T here calming me down and keeping me chill, but she's out making some money moves. She's gonna be back tomorrow. Oh, wait, tomorrow we got to do more. Oh no, yeah, she'll be back tomorrow. Friday is going to be another day. Gave your review a Steam Award back, Drifty. Hey, right back at you. Thank you. 81 minutes of heated tangent. Well, as long as Lily stays asleep, then I'll just keep going. Far been cut. The only reason I prefer MV is because I found out I have every Yanfly plugin. I got every plugin before they began to cost. Yeah, Yanfly gave them out for free for 4 years about. KV says I enjoy an occasional Drifty rage stream. I wouldn't even say I'm raging. Am I raging? I'm pretty chill. No, maybe I was. Maybe at a certain point. No, I'm just passionate. I'm not even upset. I'm in a great mode. I feel fantastic. I feel really good. I hope you guys are having a good time. I love this engine. I still love MV. The thing is, I don't have as much fun in MV. I do have a lot more fun in MZ now with the new stuff. Skepsis says all good. Love the live content. Cool. Me too. Shout out to Spectrum Charter for letting me stream and YouTube for making a platform. I always consider it a privilege, 100% a privilege. That's a hard word to say. Privilege when you are able to live stream, and I'll acknowledge that. Not everybody's in a place where they can do that, even if they could do it well. And as I've been in that place where I wasn't unable to do it before, even when I thought I could do it and I could do it well, but my ISP wouldn't let me or whatever reasons. You played for 30 minutes. Your opinion is crap. Essentially, how can you leave a good review if you looked at something for 30 minutes? This is a game dev software. If you can't learn shit in 30 minutes when it comes to the grand scheme of things. You can't give an entire overview of what this is about in 30 minutes of looking at it. Get out of here with that crap. Farvin says, currently making a game for me and my friends. That's the funnest part. When you first start, and you and your friends, if you have friends, I didn't really have friends who were into it when I started. In fact, I had people who considered what I was doing a complete waste of time, and was like, I think the internet has changed. The world has changed in the last 20 years. When I first started messing around with RPG Maker and stuff like this, it was not a positive thing. It was like, you're a nerd, and you're never gonna get anywhere, and you're never gonna do anything with your life because you just sit on a computer all day. But guess what? Times change, all right? And if you don't see the future coming, that's not my fault. And if you want to persecute me for being whatever you want to call me, that's up to you to deal with, because you can drink that poison all day. You drink that poison all day, and you know what's going to happen? I'm not going to get sick from the poison that you drink. You can just drink that poison all day long. And I kind of took that stance, even though it does grate on you, kids growing up now, they're into this sort of thing. There's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother world now. It's so much more welcoming. I love the community. I love that you can connect to people who are into what you're into, and on so many different levels that didn't exist, really. Like on the internet, you could find people, but it was much more rare. Another thing I saw, this is another side tangent, there's a shift in people who play D&D. Like it was not a popular thing. Like if you were playing D&D, you were not considered cool for playing D&D. But now a lot of groups, a lot of areas consider that acceptable and cool, which I do too. But I always have. 1990, you're a nerd, you'll amount to nothing in life. 2020, you're a nerd, cool, I'm a nerd too. But it also, I think because of the ability to connect with people, and that's a big thing, right? We've been able to, through technology, find people who have the same types of interests and like-mindedness, and that actually, being able to join a group of people who like what you like is important for the development. And whenever you're the biggest fish, you should probably find another pond so that you can constantly learn, because when you surround yourself with people who know more about you in that field, then you're going to improve. And that was the same thing when I felt the same way in music when I was learning different instruments and whatnot. Thank you so much, Lazarus. Join the Discord. Links in the description below. We are an official Discord partner, and I'd love to have you come join us. I need to do lots of boring stuff. I need to add new enemies and stuff, so I'm gonna kind of do that. And I know it's not as fun as me raging at some reviews, but I do need to do some of that, if you don't mind. So let's just make another enemy. Let's grab this unicorn. I'm gonna grab this unicorn. These are all battlers, Dragon Bones battlers from Akashics. Shout out to Akashics. You should back Akashics on Patreon. We also have a Patreon. I picked 100 random ones. I went through and just grabbed whatever I could find with as much information. I looked for ones that had all the information settings and everything so that I didn't have to type them out. And that's a good bonus to excuse me, going with Akashics, is he's already done a lot of the work for you, 99% of the work for you. You just need to put it in the right place. So I did. I went through, and I've been backing Akashics for quite a while now, several years, on Patreon. There it is, the unicorn. Let me copy this enemy. This is all the baseline stuff, and I'll bring this down to add a new enemy. And I'll keep it unicorn for now. And I'm pretty sure it needs to be a little bit smaller than that. We'll say -6, 6. I don't even remember what it looks like, but we'll figure that out. And with each new enemy, I like to make completely custom. I like to make, I'll rename it I'll give it custom items that it can drop, and then, you know, adjust its parameters and traits and whatnot, but then give it its own skills, get rid of the basic attack and whatnot. Blasphemy Polka! Can we get Rage Drifty doing boring stuff? Now it will angrily choose my next enemy image. No, it's not conducive to being angry, right? All right, what kind of skills would a unicorn have? You know, I need to see it in action, and then I could assumed identity. I get passionate when I stub my toe. Oh, I get hella passionate when I stub my toe, for sure. I need to see it, because when I see the enemy, I'll add a new troop here. That lets me, I get inspired by visual things as well. It helps me decide what kind of skills it would use. So let's just take a look at the unicorn. I've got it in the troops. I'll create an event somewhere where I'm starting. I believe I'm starting right here. I'll make a new event real quick just to start a battle. Wait a minute, can't I just battle test? Why am I being complicated? Why do I have to be so complicated? Battle test. Gosh, I'm a big dum-dum. Hey, I realized it anyway. There we go. New enemy. Dragon Bones is so good. And I've already loaded this project. I love setting up the database and whatnot. Okay, so this is a blue-looking unicorn. It's kind of like a Pegasus unicorn. What kind of moves is it going to have? It's going to have something with its unicorn horn, right? Maybe just call it unicorn horn. I mean, that's kind of cool. And then some kind of like wing flap move, right? That sticks out. And then maybe like a stampede. So we'll do a stampede, wing flap, and unicorn horn. 3 simple moves. Will be like an 8, icy wind, frozen strike. Yeah, I think blue frozen stuff too. But I already have enemies that are doing that. The slime caster is kind of ice attacker. I can make the slime... Well, you know what? I have water as an element, too. Slime caster's got what? Let me just try it, because I'm also semi-balancing throughout here. Splat is set to be water, and then hardened gel is a physical attack. So yeah, we'll make it an ice. That's a good one. Since it's blue and it already looks that way, let's use what we have instead of going farther out of the way. So let's go ahead and make it attack element. It's fine, physical, but we'll give it element rate of fire. It will take 50% extra damage from fire. Why not? It will take 50% less damage from ice. It will take a little bit less, 25% less damage from water. It will take a little bit less from wind. So we're giving it some strengths. Here's some buffs. It will take a little bit less from light. And we'll counteract those by giving them a little bit of extra damage from dark and extra damage from astral. And maybe just a little bit of extra damage from thunder. All right, now let's organize these so it makes sense to me. This is an OCD part. You don't really need to do that. So it takes 50% extra damage from fire and astral, 25% extra damage from dark and thunder, but then it takes 25% less from water, wind, light, and 50% less from ice. I'm happy with that. Let's move on. I'll adjust these numbers more so later on. The forest, let's see, the death worm. He had a lot, I felt, at that much. He gives 100. So this guy's got more HP, but he's also going to give more experience as well. So we'll go ahead and leave it like that, just to make them slightly different. Let's give some items. Oh no, before we do the items, the skills. We talked about the skills, let's do the skills. So I said unicorn horn. This will be a physical basic attack. Let's find an icon really quickly. I don't want to spend too much time looking at these icons. I spend way too much time looking at icons, essentially, in a stream and even while just deving. There we go, I found one. We'll take that one. Boom. And since it's an enemy skill, the player hasn't learned it yet. I haven't put a blue mage in. We don't need to give it a description. We're just going to move on. We'll call it a basic rage move, and it will generate TP. Our basic attack will generate. This will be HP damage, physical element, and we'll say 50 plus A.ATK times 3 plus A.agility. Simple enough. Can critical, 20% is fine. It will be a physical attack. We'll give it a basic, something. We can go in and customize animations more, so we have a lot to do, so I'm not going to get too hung up on it. We'll do hit effect. I do that quite a lot. Let's do more of the pierce. Pierce, not special. Just pierce. Pierce physical. There we go. I like it. We'll do that, and that's that. Let's go ahead and assign that to our unicorn. Where's it at? Unicorn horn. All the time, rating 5. Moving on to the next one. We want to give it like a wing flap. So maybe do a... I'm pretty sure I have a wing icon in here. It's gotta have a wing icon. Nicola says, I'm really liking MZ. It could be better, of course, but it's a great upgrade from MV. Lots of details that I'm appreciating. Yep. Who's got a good point? Farbin? Did I miss someone? Oh, Farbin cut. I think you should review MZ like MV doesn't exist. Oh, are you talking to Vino? Because it was mostly a review of MZ compared to MV. But I understand where he came from, because so many people said it's like MV, so he had to use it as comparison because it was like blatantly compared to it there, right? Because else you are just reviewing the new features, forgetting about the RTB and all the fact. You're not taking it as a whole, and that's what Vino's saying, right? So he's like, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Good point. But I see where he comes from, because it was like at the forefront. Everyone was like, well, it's basically just MV. Well, it's not. It's completely different, but it has the same bones. It has like the same structure. But that is a good thing. You don't want it to be completely different, because the thing is, there's something magical about this format. Okay, something happened in Yoji Ojima's head, and he put together something special. And if he changes it too much, he knows, I think, as I'm making assumptions here, I'm thinking that he's thinking if he changes it too much, it's not going to appear to be what it was, and it might not have that magical, de-skilled, easy-to-use caption essence that was captured. I know it's kind of hard to say because I got a bunch of money thrown at me. Vino tossed $5. Thank you so much. Now is a good time to remind everyone that we are 1 week away from the December of Driftwood. We're going to give away a ton of stuff, a full month to give away, tons of prizes. We already have $1,800 in prizes to give away in December, so you definitely want to be tuned into the Driftwood Gaming channel and on the Discord for the giveaways. And then Corey dropped $20. Thank you so much for the super chat of $20, Corey Davis. Corey Davis, you're the boss. Drift, check Discord. You got it. You got it. Corey super chats when I super chat. We're synced together, Corey. And then Corey responds with $5 again. Thank you again for the $5 on top of that, Corey Davis. Appreciate that. It's called love, Vino. It's called love. Let me check Discord as I was asked to do. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go again. Let me. Okay, I'm going to play some music from Corey. Okay, so we're gonna pause this music. Hopefully it's the right volume. Something in the works. I feel it, lol. Is .mp3 is what it's called. Oh, I gotta check the volume. I don't know if you guys can hear it. was gonna play some on top of it, but I don't want to ruin it. The drop. Oh shit. Yeah. 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 What? What? Huh? Okay. It's pretty chill. Pretty chill. It's still not finished yet, lol. I like it. I like it. It's sort of like video game version hip hop, right? It's like sci-fi video game hip hop. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Now break it down now. all right, it sounds good. I like it. Keep working on it. Eventually we're gonna have a full OST. We're gonna have a full OST for Toronto's game. He said he wasn't gonna do a full OST at first, but now he's probably thinking about it because I keep saying that. I'm not gonna be satisfied until it's a full game OST, Corey. I gotta hear all the tracks. Thank you for the super chats too. Appreciate that. KB says baseline's dope. What was I looking for? An icon for wing flap, like something to flap the wings for the unicorn. I got some wings in here for sure. I got some wings in here. You know what? This is a seashell, but if you ask me, kind of looks like a wing. We're gonna call it wing flap. Wing flap, boys. That will be a focus move, I guess, and it will be a move that costs 20 TP. It will be selected to be all enemies. Occasion battle screen. This will be a physical attack and maybe like a wind. We'll use like a wind. We might need to do a custom one. Let's do a custom one. I'm gonna try to do it as fast as possible. 180 animations. 180. Let's pick a file name. Something in the wind. Let me try to find the wind. Oops, I didn't even look at it. Wing flap. Yeah, that'll work. Let's go with that, but let's make it small. 45 and a little bit faster, like 250 speed. That's too fast. 180. It could be smaller, 35. Okay, cool. Let's rotate it. 90, 45, negative 180. I'm just guessing numbers, putting whatever in it. Yep. Because that makes it a little more custom. So then we'll put a sound effect in. Something on one. Windy, some kind of wind sound effect. And that's too long. That'll work. Maybe. Maybe not. Let me find another one. There we go. That'll work. And then on like on frame, there's not a lot of frames here, so I think frame 4, 9, and like 12, we'll put in some stuff, like a sword like slashy type, but really quick. Yep, that one, and then like another something like that. Nah, it's too long. Something really quick. Yep. Ooh, love that one. /8. I'm gonna do another /8 on this one, except it'll be a lower pitch. That's another good technique when you're making your sound design for your skills. You can use the same sound effect 2 or 3 times in a row, but then make the last one a slightly lower pitch, and it's like, and it has like a nice outro feel. It's just a little trick that I do every now and then. So let's go /8. I don't know how low the volume is on here. So let's see. The wind is still going past the sound effects. Make these a little bit longer. Oh, I'll put them on a higher frame. 5, 10, 14. This one could go slightly lower. Oh, I like it. There we go. That's nice. So this will call wing flap. There we go. Custom animation and whatnot. I would love to see some more particle effects. There's one that's in Japanese, but it's got some negative reviews. I'm not 100% sure it's worth it because there's no video. I already went on a rant about why you should put a video if you're trying to sell your product on Steam. You need a video. People will judge it based on what they can see. If you're selling animations, we want to see the animations, at least some of them. Don't just show a snippet. In the package, it shows you 5 screenshots of a single frame inside of an animation, and they're not even that... they could have sold so many more copies. They could still sell more copies. Make a video, guy. Somebody needs to put out a particle effect DLC pack because it is in wanting right now. You will sell copies if you make these in Effectseer. Make these in Effectseer and then put them up because there's money to be made. All right. Wing flap. Skill. Attach. Sweet. Already did. Let's give it a formula. It's going to be HP damage. It will be wind. We'll make it wind attack. Another $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate it. Drift, we need ad-libs on those beats. Some ad-libs? Oh, man, I can't do lyrics. This is why I got out of music. I'm just not good at that. Like, I can improv on the guitar and do, like, all kinds of bluesy things. I can jazz it up on the piano.
Soundwave superior Autobots and... Soundwave superior Autobots and...
Yeah, I could do lots of like pentatonic stuff and majors and minors and all that stuff. But then when it comes to making up lyrics, bro, I suck. I can't do it. It sounds like lame. It's like just corny AF. So I just can't. But if you give me a script to read, I can try it. Yep. Can critical, sure. Let's go with like 50 plus, maybe not as strong as the other attacks. It's going to hit everyone, and at the beginning, it's not going to be that great. But if you have a full party, it's going to be doing some damage, be doing some work for sure. A.ATK times 1, or it doesn't need times 1. Let's just say A.ATK plus A.MAT plus agility. We'll do agility as well. There we go. And we'll say uses. So we got unicorn horn, wing flap, and then what was it? We're gonna make it like a icy stampede. Is that what we're gonna do? Icy stampede, and we'll make it an ice attack. Now we want something like a hoof, or this. This will work. That's fine. Save some time. Icy stampede, HP damage of ice, and it'll be a stronger hit. It'll be like 100 plus A.ATK times 2 plus A.MAT plus luck times 2. Now the reason why it's going to go with luck is because charisma. The unicorns have high charisma, so I gave it high charisma, so it'll be doing a lot of work right here, do a lot of damage. It'll hit hard. It can crit. But I'm going to make this cost 20 TP and 50 MP. Occasion battle screen. 1 enemy. It'll be a physical attack. And I'll just do a hit ice for that. For now. Say uses. We can customize these more. For sure. Later on. Let's assign these skills. Unicorn horn already on there. Wing flap. We'll give this a rating of 4. And then we'll do, rarely, it will do a rating 3 move. Icy Stampede. So it's got like, we'll be spamming this. But 5, 4, and 3 will all trigger. If I made this a rating of 2, guess what? It will never, ever, ever happen. Because 5 is too much of a spread. So if you want it to be a move that actually happens, they have to have a spread from the highest to the lowest. So if I created a move with a rating of 6, then this would never happen anymore. Only like a rating of 2 apart, 1 apart, and like on point. Like 5, 4, 3 or 4, 3, 2 or 3, 2, 1. It doesn't really matter the number. It's all about the relativity, the relation. Farbin Cuss asked, "Are you rich, Corey?" He's rich enough to throw some super chats at me. Much love. Appreciate that. Vino says, agreed, lots of people looking to buy animations. I won't be making any for a while. I wish I could capitalize on it. We've all got so much to do, and that's probably why they haven't really come out. It does take quite a while to make them. I've messed around in effects here, and I've made a few of my own. Like, they're pretty cheesy, but I'll show them to you right now. Here's one I made that I put in. Hold up, not that one. Let me find it. Here's one. The Spark one. I put that one in the competition. We're still waiting to hear back from the Dejica team when they're going to put out that DLC pack. I think there's some license agreement issues somewhere along the line. That's what happened, because that's got to be the case. I'm pretty sure there's some like end users license agreements that have to be made for it, and it's a little bit more of a complicated deal. But I hope we see it soon, the free DLC pack for these. They were right to anticipate needing more, because it's like there's a drought, and there are a few out there, but they're all like, I made these for my own project, and you know what I mean. And there's a couple for sale. There's one for sale. Here's one I made. I forgot what I was doing it for, but it's an infinite one. So if I put it in, it just goes infinitely. If you set the infinite box on in effects here, it literally makes it go forever. And here's another one. That's basically the same. What was another one did I do? Nope, that wasn't mine. This one, I made this one. And then I was going to do one for like clouds, for clouds to pass, but then it just looked weird, and I was like, all right, forget it. And I just stopped messing around with it. But anyway. What's up, Flash 15? How you doing? Assumed Identity is a lyric guy? Bro, you should write me some lyrics for one of Corey. Corey, you should send Assumed Identity one of your beats that you want me to ad-lib to, or I mean, it won't be an ad-lib at that point, but that you want me to rap to or sing to or whatever, and then Assumed could write something for it. Make it like RPG Maker centric, Assumed, or anything related, doesn't matter. But you know, as long as it's not too vulgar. And then, yo, I'll do it. You hear it. You heard it here. You heard it first. I will rap Assumed Identity's lyrics about RPG Maker over Corey Davis's sick beats, and I will do it live. So you guys get to hear all the wonderful mess ups. Yeah, I usually just go as long as I'm able to stream. I would stream a lot more if I didn't have as many like immediate responsibilities, that's for sure. I would do a lot more if I was able. Okay, what was I doing? Making skills. I assign skills. I want to test the enemy. Yeah. All right. All right, Kakarot. Nan % pacified? What did I mess up in the pacify system? Oh, right. Because I'm never going to initiate combat like this. I will only initiate combat through the explore button. So that's what happened there. So just ignore that for now. But I wanted to just, I guess, auto-select and test this enemy. He should be kind of on the harder side at the beginning. You wouldn't fight him here at the beginning. So let's see if he's too easy. $5 super chat from Corey Davis. Thank you so much again, Corey. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm going to finish that beat and send it to Assume either tonight or tomorrow. Oh, shit. What did I do? I already opened my mouth. We're going to have an RPG Maker rap, and I'm going to be posting a video with Corey's beat and Assumed Identity's lyrics. I'm going to edit it on Audacity afterwards and just make it sound the best it can. Huh, it seems like he's just missing a lot. It wasn't too strong. It had a lot of HP, but it wasn't too strong. Maybe I up it on somehow. I mean, he's hitting hard enough, that's for sure. But I think maybe... Oh, okay, I see what's going on. The wing flap, it's using the basic action sequence. I don't want wing flap 2 The horn, I like that attack. Wing flap, I don't want him to go across like that. Oh, I heard my baby. Did I hear my baby? I got all kinds of sound effects. I gotta go get my baby. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the live stream. We'll edit this later. I gotta go. I hear my baby crying. Love you very much. Have a fantastic one. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Take care. I gotta go. I love you guys so much. Thank you, Corey Davis. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I see you there. I was reading your names. Marlon C, I see you there. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you now.